Welcome, Sophie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful to see you. Let's get right into it. If your tutoring personality were a flavor of ice cream, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's a very difficult question. I feel like ice cream flavor and tutoring aren't too compatible. Okay, I'm going to go with something a little bit fun, but not too crazy and silly. A mint chip. Because it's like kids and adults both love it, but it is fun. It's something nice for everyone. Yes.
This episode so far
yes.
Are fantastic. My wife doesn't like mint.
Really?
I find it very strange because I thought it was one of these foods that objectively everyone likes.
Yeah.
It's also Alex O'Connor, who, if you don't know, I think you would love. He's like a YouTuber that does things. He makes a very good point that mint may be the opposite of spicy.
Yes, like cold, hot. Yeah,
that's right. It's the equivalent other end of some sort of spicy, but like the opposite.
Yes,
kind of cold spiciness.
Yeah.
So chocolate mint would be the Sophie flavor.
I think so. It is also a favorite of mine. I'm a bit biased.
I actually feel bad going to it. We went to an ice cream place yesterday. I didn't get ice cream, but if I did, I would have gotten mint. Like I just go to fancy ice cream places, experience choice paralysis, and just get like vanilla
because you know it's always going to be good.
Yes,
that's the thing when they have like crazy flavors. Is it's like that sounds delicious, but if it's not good,
yes.
But mint chip, you can always.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
Vegemite or peanut butter?
Vegemite for savory things, but peanut butter in desserts.
You have like what PB and ice cream and stuff.
Yes.
Are you like a PB and jam person?
Not particularly, but like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No like one's the salty sweet is.
Okay, no one's putting Vegemite in ice cream. Is that
surely not.
I feel like Messina could sell that.
Messina could sell anything though. Like they always cook up some fantastic stuff.
Like salted caramel, this kind of thing. You just have like Vegemite. Someone's tried this. Yeah?
Surely.
I'll leave a comment if you've had Vegemite in ice cream. Tim Tam or flake?
Tim Tam.
You do the whole dipping it in.
Sometimes the Tim Tam slam.
Like sucking it through and everything.
Yeah, with the milk. Yeah.
What do? You like bite it.
You bite each end and then drink through the biscuit.
Through it.
Yeah. It's so good. Like a hot coffee or like a.
You know, I realised I haven't introduced that to my kids yet.
Weekend plans.
And I really should I though?
Yes.
But they're gonna make a mess.
Yeah, but
whatever. Like it's Tim Tam. You can't lie. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm just like hiding unnecessary delights from my kids.
Yeah.
That's a parenting fail. Okay. What do you call it? Like
Tim Tam slam.
Slam. In what sense are you slamming anything?
Because when you drink the liquid through the Tim Tam, it starts to crumble really quickly, especially if you have a hot drink. So you have to scoff it.
Okay, and the Tim Tam gets slammed.
Yes, I think is the idea behind it.
Okay, good. So what's something about you that your students might not expect?
I feel like my students think I'm like a very responsible adult. They all think I'm like 25, 30 years old and like moved out of home and all these grand plans, which just like, that's not the case.
Do you reckon, are you a cop Happy Mother's Day this week? Like, do you just assume you have kids?
Maybe some like young.
You're like a female adult, so probably. Yeah, like the 6-year-old.
Primary school kids always like, do you have a baby?
Yes.
No. I'm 21. I do not have a baby.
I'm a woman,
Something that would surprise them is maybe how much time I spend on social media.
Fair enough.
Because I feel like, they think that I'm too old for TikTok or Instagram Reels, which is not the case at all. I'm glued to my phone.
You're human like the rest of us. There you go. I went camp a week and a half ago and then kind of rage uninstalled all social media from my phone.
Wow.
Because I just realized this is ridiculous. Like I waste too much time on this.
Yeah.
Then I realized this is dumb because I kind of need it sometimes.
Yeah.
So I've now reached a happy medium where it's installed but not on my main app screen and notifications off.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, and like once a day, you know what? I use it like we used to use Facebook 15 years ago. Yeah. But like when you're on your laptop, you use it. Like I use it now. Yeah. It's like a once a day, jump on, see what's up, post, whatever, comment, like, whatever, and that's it.
Yeah, instead of just like whenever you're idle.
Yes. So tell us, Sophie, what subjects and year levels do you tutor?
Mainly high school, though I would be very happy with more primary school students. So K to 12, mostly maths, bit of English as well.
Yep.
And then for year 11 and 12, I only do standard maths.
Beautiful.
Not advanced, stand up.
But very broad, like both maths and English, and then high school and primary.
Yes, which surprises a lot of my students, most of whom I tutor for maths. Sometimes I'll say like, I have an English student.
I also do this,
and they're like, you tutor English as well? I'm like, yeah, what can I say? Pretty good.
It's a weird dichotomy that we have. That for some reason, like you're like a maths person, or an English person.
It is weird because I feel like myself and a lot of my friends and a lot of tutors here as well kind of do more than one subject.
Correct. Yeah. No, it's like it's almost like we would expect the correlation to be negative. Like we'd expect like if you did better in maths, you would somehow do worse at English and vice versa. Or like more broadly, like maths maybe lumped in with sciences and then arts over here, and somehow like the better you are at one, the worse you are at the other.
Yeah.
Which is surely wrong. Like the correlation is definitely positive. Like, I think, you know, if you have a student that is doing above average in maths, they are more likely, I think, on average, to be doing above average in English.
I would have thought so too, because there's a lot of transferable skills around studying and practicing a subject and improving. So, like,
correct.
It's not like an inherent. You have one brain or the other.
Correct.
Yeah.
And this is deep, and I didn't expect to go here, but I think the idea of a polymath is more, for some reason, like not familiar to us. It's like it'd be weird if like we had a Leonardo da Vinci, like Stephen Fry's a bit like this, as a contemporary version, but like someone like Leonardo da Vinci who both like I don't know proved Pythagoras' theorem. He came up with a new proof for Pythagoras. Did all this amazing maths, designed schematics for helicopters hundreds of years before we had engines and so on, but also painted the Mona Lisa. And like a Vitruvian man, and all this amazing artistic work. It's like we would expect. Like the modern mind expects those talents to be distinct for some reason. But I don't think they are. I think it's a mistake we make.
I agree.
That's fantastic. And do you have a preference in terms of subject or like older and younger students?
I feel like I get along pretty well with pretty much everyone.
That's awesome.
But there is something nice about having senior students who like they see you more as like not a friend, but like someone closer to them in age, real person than like just student. I feel like especially primary school kids always see you as like some much older than them.
You're like an older sibling.
Yeah. Whereas with senior students, you have a bit more of a
like a mentor figure.
Yeah.
You've had lots of students, right?
I have. Yeah.
I've been
here just over 3 years now. So
that's incredible.
Lots of people.
That's amazing. Have you had any students for the whole way through?
One of my first students graduated at the end of last year. So I was with her year 10, 11, 12, which was really nice. And then I've got 2 other students who I started teaching in my first year here. So not right at the start when I started here, but within the first year. So it's been a while with them now as well, which is so fun. Like you grow up and that kind of thing, and you get so comfortable with students and they get so comfortable with you and asking questions and chatting. Yeah,
that's right. You get to know them.
Yeah.
Almost like a part of the family. And they're learning and they're oh, that's amazing.
Which is so nice.
I actually saw a tutor who had one student from year 6 to year 12.
Wow.
Which is nuts. Like the same student from like primary to
that's crazy.
The high school. Amelia, if you're listening, a shout out to Amelia.
Shout out.
Iced coffee or hot coffee?
Iced coffee.
Burger or burrito?
Burger.
And tell us more about yourself. So you're studying at the moment?
I am. So I'm at UNSW doing psychology in my 2nd and a half kind of year.
Okay, right?
Because I did part-time in 2nd year and I had all of 3rd year off and gallivanted around the world and came back to reality. 3rd year next year, hopefully graduate in next year.
Beautiful. And it's a longish degree, right?
It is.
Because then you do masters, right? You can't do anything.
Yes. So it's 3 years undergrad,
that's
mandatory honours year, and then mandatory 2-year masters. So even if you do everything full time, everything
you still need
6 years under your belt, and then there's like placement after that, and it's a very long pathway.
We've had a few tutors do psychology. We've actually had tutors who came doing something else and then moved into psychology.
Wow.
And part of what I was saying is because tutoring gives you an insight into like how someone's going, and then psychology is linked with everything, I guess.
Yeah.
But especially education, because that's kind of what it is. Like the content is the background. Like your subject back to front, and that's essentially how can I make this live in the minds of the student? Like how can I bring this into life to the mind of the student?
Yeah.
Like some educational, like Piaget type person. In one place, education takes place, which is in the mind of the student.
Yeah.
That's it. Like everybody else is there to support that.
Yeah.
Milo or Ovaltine?
Milo. Who's choosing Ovaltine out of that?
Yeah. Counter argument. Ovaltine also comes in those like they still exist. The round like tablet things.
Yeah.
But they look like medical tablets.
Yeah.
Like they're very vitamin C tablety.
Yeah.
In like texture and look, except the color obviously. Except they're amazing, right?
I don't remember the last time I had an Ovaltine tablet. I think I was like 5, and I don't think I was into it then.
To be fair, this kind of thing we sold the campaign 30 years ago when I was 5 years old, and they were like 30 cents. Because inflation, Sushi or dumplings?
Sushi.
Here's a big question. Why don't we eat sushi cold? Like as all room temperature. Like why don't we warm up sushi?
I guess because like sashimi has to be cold.
Oh, does it?
Well, it'd just be cooked fish otherwise. But like even for like cooked tuna and stuff though, I just don't know if I'd be keen on warm
Okay, but
sushi.
it was advocate, right? If you had, or say you had tuna rice that you just like made and it was room temperature, you would microwave it, conceivably.
Probably, yeah.
Whereas no one's like, oh, I have my sushi, I'm going to put it in the microwave.
No, that'd be evil.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
So we're having ideas today.
Let's
Vegemite ice cream,
these, yeah.
warm sushi.
We're sitting on a restaurant idea right now.
Their idea. You're welcome, Will. This is where all the thinking is happening. That's right, yes. Night owl or early bird?
Night owl.
Night owl.
I wish I was an early bird, but it's just...
Do you reckon you can't?
If I have to wake up early for something, like I can do it. My alarm goes off and I'm like, are we for real? Like I don't want to get out of bed. Especially in winter. Like
yeah, it becomes harder.
It's dark, it's cold.
Okay, I have some hacks, more life hacks for our listeners as well. Okay, so I am definitely biologically a night owl.
Yeah.
But I realize nothing good happens to me after 9 p.m. Like I just like evolve into like I just want to binge watch things and binge each thing. Like just hedonism all the way down.
Yeah.
So to like, and I'm so much of it. Like at 5 a.m. I'm a good person. Like I'm like doing things, and like after you get over it's 5 a.m. You know the sun hasn't risen yet or whatever. I actually do things, and it's great.
You're productive, yeah.
So I realized forcing myself to do it for a bit has worked out really well.
Yeah, that does make sense.
And I put my alarm clock like 3 meters away from my bed.
Yeah, so you have to.
So I have to get up and get it.
That's so evil.
Well, I have to.
It
otherwise,
works,
I will
but
literally. You know what's bad? I don't remember, and I think my phone's broken. Like I don't even remember getting. I don't even like if I can do this and snooze.
It doesn't even happen.
Yeah, I don't. I wake up 3 hours later thinking my phone didn't work. My phone worked fine.
Yeah.
I just snoozed it when we went straight back to sleep and didn't remember the whole thing, which is crazy. So yes, anyway.
Yeah. I do understand why people do it. I feel like when I get up early because I have something on, the day feels so long. Like you can get so much done.
Yes.
Because it's like, oh, it's only 9 o'clock and I've already been up for 3 hours or whatever.
I know it's weird. Like socially, it's hard. Like someone invites you to their 21st on a birthday, whatever. Oh, what are you going to do? Like, oh, it's 9 p.m.
I gotta go.
Yes, like, you know, I'll stay for the cutting of the cake and then leave. You say you can get away with it when you're older.
Yeah.
Like, as a, like a, yes. Yes, as a, like with a family, you can do it more easily.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because, like, you're kind of meant to do that anyway. Yeah. Like, yes, it is hard in your 20s, yeah.
I'm not committed to it.
Yeah. Before you become the mother your students think you are.
Yeah.
Mini golf or bowling?
Bowling.
Like, karaoke or trivia night?
Trivia night. If it's good trivia.
Morning swim or evening walk?
Evening walk, realistically, but morning swim is, if you can get up for it, it's beautiful.
It's a night owl, morning.
Yeah.
What is it? Early bird. Early bird thing.
Yeah.
Hypothetical. Would you rather teach the smartest student in the world who never listens or the most unable student who is super eager?
An unable student who's super eager.
Right.
Because you can't force a student to be enthusiastic.
Yes.
And you can't teach that. So like, I feel like I could make some academic progress with any student as long as they're willing and eager to learn.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas like, if a student doesn't want to learn,
it's
honestly,
very hard
there's really not a lot you can do.
Yeah.
Like if they're committed to like, I'm not doing this, it's hard.
And almost like the more they know, the more self-justified they feel in their unwillingness to learn because they're like semi-arrogant about what value you're going to add. Okay, slightly a different question. Which scenario is harder? Do you think it's harder to have a super
academically successful? Yeah,
that's right. Or a very academically unsuccessful student who is off charts in eagerness. Which is harder?
I still think who doesn't want to listen is much more difficult. I think it depends on the expectations of the parent. Because if your kid is doing really well in school, why are you sending them to tutoring anyway?
Right, well, conceivably they don't know the content that they haven't covered yet, or they want to get ahead.
Sure, okay.
Or
if a student wants to
stay
get
ranked, whatever. Yes, they're in that category.
If it's a student whose parents want them to get ahead, but they don't want to learn, that would be really hard. Because if you can't get them to engage with it. It's like...
Yeah, I agree. It's the harder of the two examples, though.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
If you could go back 10 years and give yourself one life lesson, what would you say to preteen Sophie?
So I'd be 11 years old and I'd be in year 6. No, I feel like at that age I wasn't very receptive to life lessons. I was just kind of in my own little world doing my own thing. I don't really know how much would be absorbed. I don't know, maybe to just stay positive, not to get lost in like the rat race of high school and uni and everything.
A really underrated thing that we don't appreciate the impact of is like breaking up with your boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
I feel like we forget how impactful it is.
Yes, especially once you've been with someone for a while.
Yes, and you've like,
whoa.
Yeah, and it feels like this is like in your own little microcosm of ignorance and how you think the world works and love and so on. Like you feel like it's a stupidly big deal.
Yeah.
But also zero social, like it might be on the level of divorce conceivably, emotionally.
Yeah.
But society deems it irrelevant.
Yeah. If it's not like, oh, you're married or you have kids or something.
Correct.
Like,
but then you're like a thing.
at the time,
whatever.
it's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Even though in your world it's as much. It'll make it almost worse because you get zero social validation.
Yeah.
It's like stopping a child, no one cares.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a big one. It's almost like, I remember feeling like every semester at uni is essentially the HSC.
Yes.
With zero credit.
Students hate when I say this. I'll be like, oh yeah, like, but exams next week if they ask what I'm up to.
Yes.
And they're like, exams? And I'm like, yeah, we have those actually constantly. So you think like, oh, exams are over HSC, like I'm done. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Every term, you got midterms, you got finals,
Correct.
like it just...
And then as impactful as HSC.
Yeah, and it costs you money to be there and you want to keep your marks up and...
With zero of the credit.
Yes.
Sorry, not of the credit, of the credit, like of the social...
Yeah. Like you just have to do it for yourself.
Like if you tell some random person, I'm doing my HSC next week, oh, that's, are you okay? Whatever, take care of yourself, drink water, I don't know, rest, whatever. Whereas I have
your
my exams
like,
next week.
cool. So does everyone.
You made your bed, bro. Like, okay, thanks.
Literally, yeah.
All right, fruit salad or green salad?
Green salad.
Brunch or late dinner? Brunch, very nice.
Right.
That's the responsible choice.
Yeah. But a late dinner is really fun.
It is nice, eh?
Yeah.
I could have 3,000 calories at 9 p.m. so easily.
Yeah.
I could very easily have nothing all day until 9 p.m.
Yeah.
And then just go ballistic.
Everything does kind of taste better as like a
why is that at the end of the day?
Bedtime.
If aliens landed right now and asked you what it is that you did as a tutor with zero context of humanity and so on,
okay,
how would you explain it to them?
Oh, that's hard because people who go to tutoring are like enrolled in school, so I feel like you have to explain the concept of school.
Or maybe education more broadly. How would you explain education to aliens with zero context of like what's happening?
Well, like it's hard with our education system because then you have to explain like maths, English, like writing skills, that kind of thing, which is very like, not that it doesn't have real world applications, but it's not the same as like, oh, I'm learning something that I'm going to use as soon as I'm done with high school in real life for everything. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like hypothetically, if you were learning, I don't know, like a trade or something at school and then you leave and it's like, okay,
you can build this thing.
I can do that now.
Create a structure.
Yes, exactly. So I feel like it would be difficult to explain the concept of like learning something for the sake of being tested on it without necessarily needing it further on.
Okay.
Like you're learning it to do well at school.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I really like zooming out like way too much for this.
Yeah.
And I feel like the alien would have a sense of information. So I'd say something like, hey, alien, us humans can't share information with each other. It's somehow private. Like my information is in me, her information is in her. Whatever, so we have new versions of ourselves because we're going to die and they're going to live past us.
We have to share.
Something like that. Like
that's
we have
nice.
to like.
That's a good explanation of it.
Something like yes, because really we are not individuals. No, in the sense of like human culture, humanity is not like you dumped Sophie in the jungle and she worked it out. It's like. Yeah, it's like Sophie's been, all of us are benefits of whatever survived over generations of what's deemed relevant information to pass on. And we can't do it genetically. Like your parents don't give you their memories or anything genetically.
No, you learn everything.
It has to be almost like we're like reinventing the wheel every time. And we're getting better at, well, hopefully, maybe not, but we're getting better at like reinventing, like distilling what's necessary for the next generation.
Yeah. But it is like, it's very much within the context of the education system itself as well.
Yes. Sorry, but that's much more broad about the education system. What do you think about this? Okay, I always find it hilarious that the insurance industry has a concept of self-insurance. It's like, okay, insurance obviously wasn't always a product. Like, in the past, if you had a horse and cart and your horse died, you bought a new horse. Like, or whatever, I don't know, you just dealt with stuff when it happened. But at some point, insurance companies realize they have this helpful service, which is that you can pay them a little bit of money, and then if something bad happens, you're covered. Great. Then the concept of self-insurance is fascinating because they're giving a name for the absence of the product they introduced. Like it's almost like when your product becomes so normalized, you get to name the act of not using that, which is fascinating. Yeah. There's like a quantum shift in, I'm not bringing a product to the market. I now need to label not having this thing that is so much a part of society.
Yeah.
that you almost, it's just the norm now. Like it's almost
like the default is to have
the default
instead of not having it. Yeah.
As opposed to like, you're not choosing to do it. You're almost choosing not to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's and I actually think this is going to sound strange. I think homeschooling might be the same kind of thing as self-insuring. Like we all essentially homeschool our kids, throughout history. Like
yes.
it was like, and we just deemed the skills necessary. Okay, I was a blacksmith, whatever. That's how I feed my family. Great. My son, daughter is going to learn these skills because that's what I know. Hopefully they can feed their families with these things. We become the smiths, whatever, and then so you just teach your kids. It's not called homeschooling because it's just normal life.
Because there's no not homeschooling.
That's right. It's how you make sure your kids don't starve. Like you go through some things with them and they can learn some crafts or some skills or knowledge. But now we like compulsory schooling and our education system, which is amazing. I'm not having I go at it.
Very pro that.
But from industrial revolution, I guess, is just now the norm.
Yeah.
And then homeschooling is like,
oh, you're a hippie.
Yeah, that's right.
Like it's really uncommon.
Yeah, it's like you're the not normal one. But it's a bit like self-insurance. Like you just labeled what they used to be.
Yeah.
Before this thing became so normalized.
Yeah, I thought about it like that. Yeah.
What's the most controversial opinion that you hold by way of education?
In general, I am very pro our education as a whole.
Yep. I would agree. Yep.
I don't want to get in trouble. I would say I have a bit of a problem with compulsory subjects. Right. So English being compulsory in year 11 and 12, I don't particularly agree with. I don't think the skills that you're taught are more essential or more necessary than any other subject. As long as by year 11 a student can read and write competently and argue their point as needed, that's all you need.
Literature analysis.
Yes.
By year 11 and 12.
Yes.
Like there's a bit of creative writing there, but it's essentially, can you have read and analysed the text in essay form?
Yeah.
Okay, question. There is a skill there that is necessary and our current subject is failing at it? Or is it that there is no necessary skill and they're all kind of interchangeable and there's no reason to put on a pedestal this idea of analysis or using language or whatever?
I think there are absolutely essential skills for students like critical thinking or being able to read something and take out the relevant information, skills like that which people actually need and should be able to do. Any of the subjects particularly assess that strongly.
Right, okay, got it.
Maybe that's too controversial, but...
No, I understand. As in English, if I understand correctly, you're saying that the English subjects we have in HSC, say, for example, don't and directly enough teach and measure and whatever, train critical thinking.
Yeah.
Right, they're like more around, I don't know, memorization or I don't know.
Like literature analysis, which is...
Great.
Cool, and I enjoyed it, and there's a place for students being able to do it. But to have it on this, like, everyone has to do this because it's important and everyone needs these skills, I don't really agree with that.
Because there was a movement recently to make maths compulsory.
I'm not in favour of that either.
Okay, for the same kind of
I also love maths, so I'm not doing this as a maths hater, but I don't think any of the skills, even fewer of the skills taught in maths are necessary for daily life.
Surely it's more useless.
Yeah.
Especially by year 11 and 12.
Yeah, I agree. Once you have a functional understanding of physics, you really don't need much for real life.
Much more than that. Okay, hot take. Do you reckon now with words being cheap in the sense of like written words being cheap, like you can Claude your way through an essay on, like you can pretty much type a HSC question in Claude and it gives you Actually, how good is the answer? Like, if you just literally... I don't know. Like 17 out of 20? Like, I don't know.
Probably. I don't know.
Or is it a 20? I actually don't know.
I don't know either. I've never...
Right, but okay, say it feels like at least a 6.
Yeah, I agree. It can't be bad by any
measure. That's right. It's not a 10. Like, it's going to be...
It would be...
Yeah, if you literally copy-paste last year's HSC question into Gemini, Claude, chat...
Yeah, it would probably be an A-range response.
Surely, at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so assuming so, how much do you think essay writing is actually a skill... And weirdly coming back to the alien thing, right? How much of it do you think is a skill that we need to pass on to our descendants? And how much of it do you think is, okay, we needed to assess people's knowledge of something, therefore getting them to write an essay on it was the best way to do it in a way that is now not the case and we can maybe do it a different way?
Yeah, I would say that's probably more what it is that it's just like the best way of differentiating people now. But yeah, it's not essential skills, I don't think. I think being able to take important information from a text is helpful, which is kind of what they do a little bit in English with like picking out themes or techniques or something. Yes. But in real life, it's not bad to do that. Being able to write an essay is a helpful skill, but I wouldn't say it's essential. I think as long as you're able to read something with a critical eye, pick out relevant information, and then even just discuss with someone your take on it, I think that's kind of all you really need. And being able to spit it out as like a 5-page academic response is not necessarily helpful.
Okay. Do you think it's a helpful skill to be that monologue-y? Like, it's not a word, but in the sense of like, okay, I don't think I've done anything close to an essay. The HSCs, or maybe uni, I had to write an essay. But since like in my working life, I haven't had to do anything like that.
Yeah.
But I have had to have lots of critical conversations where I'm navigating something complex or analysing. And in other words, the verbal, like spoken back and forth dialogue part of critical thinking, hugely useful and important. The written one, I think is less important.
I agree. You never really need to.
Correct. But yes, you're right. The critical thinking and understanding, comprehension, whatever, hugely important.
Absolutely.
But can you see a day where the English HSC is essentially there's an LLM in front of you and they're going to talk to you and you get marked on your verbal answers and your conversation back and forth?
Yeah. I would love to see that. I think that would give you so much more as a marker in terms of understanding a student's ability and engagement, and because you don't need to have studied something then, like because the HSC now is just like study these 3 texts and learn how to write a creative piece, which is helpful but not particularly, not everyone wants to do creative writing, you know what I mean, like if you're not going to use that in your life. So having as a marker, I feel like it would be so interesting to see on the spot what someone thinks and to ask follow-up questions and see where it goes.
And obviously in the past you couldn't have a teacher, you couldn't have a human being critically evaluate someone for 2 hours talking to you, because you have to do it once per student, right?
Yes.
Whereas now, walk into a VR, I don't know, cubicle simulation thing with an LLM and just the hundreds, thousands of kids, provided you have the setup, can just do it in the same 2 hours it will take to write the exam.
Yeah.
And then the marking can also be done like, quickly, maybe there's a video recording of it, so if there's any discrepancies, human beings check things or whatever, I don't know.
I think that would be a better assessment of real-world skills, for sure.
Yeah, it would be cool. It's interesting. Board games or card games?
Board games, I'm going to go with. But I do love solitaire. That's like...
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Like computer solitaire or like a literal deck of cards?
Computer solitaire.
Right.
Because I'll go through them too quickly to be dealing cards every single time.
I see. Okay, devil's advocate. What's the difference between a card game and a board game anyway?
I guess a board game implies more than 1 or more than 2 players, as in like you and I playing a board game would be probably quite challenging because they're set up for like kind of people. Whereas a card game like solitaire's on your own, or like Uno, 2 people, that's perfect. Any other kind of like...
The board game has more players.
Yes. I'd say that's more the distinction instead of like actually the cards.
Okay, there you go. Beautiful. Theme park or water park?
Water park.
Movie marathon or TV series binge?
TV series binge, all the way.
They are good to do one after the other. Yeah. You could very easily accidentally watch all of season 1 of Breaking Bad by accident. Because whatever, next.
You just press.
Right. What is your favourite thing about tutoring here at First Education?
Oh, that's a cute question. I really do love my job here. Like I'm always singing the praises to anyone who will listen. Probably just building like a relationship with each student and getting to know each student really well and seeing them develop and love tutoring and love coming here and just enjoying school a bit more because of something I've helped them with. Really beautiful and very rewarding as well.
No, that's awesome. The feedback is often both instant and long term.
Yeah.
In the sense that you see a spark in their eye.
Yeah.
Straight away, and then like improve results in 6 months or whatever. Like
for sure.
Yeah.
Which is
thank you, Sophie. That was a
thank you so much.
Wonderful conversation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
All the best. Yeah, thank you.